Hi everyone, it's lovely to see you today. Me and Kate are going to talk and we might even play.
Oh goodness me. Hi guys. Today we thought we actually want to share about attachment, and this is once again going to be a off the cuff kind of conversation which we just thought let's roll and see what comes out. So I'm going to fire some questions at you, Mr. Henari O'Brien.
Okay.
Attachment. What does that mean to you?
Ooh, well there's levels of attachment. Probably the biggest one I want to talk is through a story I posted. I heard this story and it was brilliant. And it's a true story about a little girl who got a puppy. And on the way home, she was so afraid of losing it that she squeezed it to death with love. So how many times in our lives do we hold on to the people, things, places, memories, hoping that we'll get back to that past event or to that person, and by holding on we squeeze the life out of it and create a desperate place for us to actually hold on to things we can't. I mean, the best example is for years I was attached and still get attached to the thought of being the person that was the man that controlled the situation. My attachment to who I thought I was, controlling life around me. You get the same? And so in it, and controlling and attaching myself to it and squeezing everyone so tightly, the life was sucked out of them or pushed out of them. So whenever I walked into the room with my family or people that I knew, they would experience less of themselves because I was attached to controlling the situation. Because by controlling it, then I felt loved. And the thing is, when I was squeezing everybody, they couldn't actually say I loved you because they had no air in them.
It's a good way to put it. Yeah.
So attachment is something we need in the world, but to attach this is a spiritual concept. To attach yourself to anything tangible leads in to how do I say this? Attaching ourselves to anything tangible is an illusion, because anything tangible can leave, can deteriorate, can dissolve, can pass away.
And therefore, what happens if you attach to something that can leave?
Then you think a part of yourself must go with that, and you can get lost. I was always looking for love at the time in all the places that I thought I could get it. And when I realised that who I am is love sometimes, and is not love other times, as a person that fully accepts life for just being that and that. But to accept that I love sometimes, I love myself sometimes, I don't love myself fully some other times, is an opportunity just to be human and see that at times we can love and we can't love. Sometimes we love the people that we love, and sometimes they irritate the shit out of us. But to accept that part of the human, as part of our human self, is to accept ourselves as human. And this is for personal development people out there that think they should get it sorted. This is for spiritual people that get so esoteric that they lose themselves in the clouds. And the one thing is, if you can stay grounded in who you are in any moment, which isn't easy, whether you're angry, whether you're sad, whether you're talking a lot or whether you're listening a lot, then you get the opportunity to just be you. Because who you are is important. It's very important, the importance of you. That was a long answer.
Well, I just want to share. As you were saying that, I thought, I've been attached to, my life's been one of attachment. You know, even in terms of the way I see myself, my identity of who I am, being this and this, being so attached to that not being okay with myself when I'm not that. And that's freaking has set me up for feeling resistant, feeling out of sorts, feeling not good enough. Also, my attachment to, big thing for me is having people like me, having people approve of who I am, And a lot of that can be I've sorted in all sorts of ways. My high achieving kind of stuff, the positions that I've had, the roles that I've played, an attachment to having approval underneath at a very unconscious level. The thing is, the more work I do in this area, the more I can see it. It's kind of like going from here to out the front. And it's like, I've got to do something about that. You know, even noticing now when, actually I was going to say even doing these videos with you, hun, when we open ourselves up so much, I can physically feel having to grow through and let go of attachments of it being a certain way. Because if we share so openly of ourselves, what if? Then what? You know, all of those ... questions that are quite elusive and a bit scary. And what I like about that is it does challenge my attachments to things being a certain way, me looking a certain way, me seeing myself a certain way, people seeing me a certain way, all of that kind of stuff.
And we're meant to get attached so we can know what it's like to not be attached.
Yeah.
It's like, the best way, the brain's meant to do that. It predicts futures from the past. So it continually predicts the future. Like, if you ever walked up steps, right? Like, say you're in a house and you turn the light off and you walk up a series of steps. And at the top, you don't know where that last step is. So you predict, the brain predicts that there could be another step. So you, like I've done it before, you take a big lunge and sometimes it's the top floor. Does this make sense? So you lunge and you miss and you hit the floor, but your brain's like going, oh, there should be another step there. So it's always wanting to see what's next. So that's where we become attached, because we have all this stored knowledge that we throw into the future and go, okay, this is going to happen, that's probably going to happen, this is going to happen. And the brain does a wonderful job of trying to figure it all out for us. But that's where we can get stuck. Because as you people know out there, and me and Kate know definitely this, it's when the unexpected happens that the prediction machine of the brain goes into like a haywire. Because the thing about life is it's kind of wiggly. I think I've talked about this. It's wiggly. It's it's movable. It wiggles. It never stays the same. Even though the brain. Do you mind if I explain this quickly for them?
Go for it.
So if you look at nature, everything's wiggly. Our bodies are wiggly. The map. If you get a map and you look at the coastlines are wiggly. Everything's wiggly. But man, in his cognitive wisdom, puts longitude and latitude over the top of the map. If we look around, we see the computers, it's triangular, and so
square.
No, square. Thank you. Square. So it's square, and so we have all these angles that we as humans create in nature, and then we try to separate the two of them. We become attached to the angles, the computer, the things that we create, knowing that it's
the boxes.
Yeah, all the boxes of our lives. So let me round this up, because I think I could go on all sorts of tangents. But to be attached to what our brain creates is not allowing the wiggliness of life.
Isn't that why then life throws at us games like Pick Up 52? Where we have all our cards in our hands all lined up with the aces next to each other and the twos next to each other and all lined up in the suits, and we think we've got it nailed, and then life throws at us the game of Pick Up 52, and then we've got to scramble and we've got to let go of those attachments of it looking a certain way. And then from that, new stuff can get created, new growth, new beginnings, new creations. So on that note, we've got an opportunity coming up, Game Changer Live. I know you may have heard of Game Changer Live. It's our 2-day training and coaching intensive. We have a couple of dates here in New Zealand this year, and they will be the last dates that we actually have planned for quite a long time. So if you've ever thought about attending a Game Changer Live workshop, they are powerful. Very powerful 2 days that a lot gets shifted, created. Things come up and get moved that perhaps sometimes you're not even expecting, which allows you then to create something new in your life, which is pretty extraordinary. So if you want more information, go to gamechangerlive.com, and there's also an opportunity that if you want to have a quick chat with us to ask some questions, find out a bit more, see if it's a good fit for you, there's an opportunity there on the page to have a conversation with us. And also, we actually want to give away a complimentary ticket. So a complete free full pass to Game Changer Live. All you got to do is write what's a key takeaway that you've got from this conversation today. Write it in the comments below. If it is a super private key takeaway, just private message it to me. Otherwise, write it below and we will pick one of them to win a complimentary ticket. Also, check out GameChangerLive.com to actually find out what on earth you want to, be in for winning a complimentary ticket. So that's it from me.
And so remember to drop down and get your wiggle on, people. Drop down and get your wiggle on.
Nice.
Be wiggly because you are wiggly. And use the structure of life to help you create.